Let's welcome your next performer. Let's welcome Paul Gillespie.
Yeah.
First tall guy. So I think I know what you're thinking. Aren't you a little old for this? Yeah, I hear that a lot from my wife before sex. I'm so old, I remember when we used our phones to make phone calls, you know? We hardly use our phones anymore to make phone calls, to talk to people, which is weird. Because then we go out and we buy other machines that talk to us, like Alexa and Google Home, right? But we like them because they only speak when spoken to, like little Amish children. But people say to me, Paul, aren't you worried about Alexa listening all the time? I'm like, no, I'm just glad somebody's listening. Full stop. But everything talks to us. Elevators talk to us, right? You know, come down, 2, 1, announcing the floors. I'm in a hotel in New York, my favorite hotel, and elevator hits the ground floor, and the doors open. Lobby. Excuse me? Are you talking to me? Lobby. Yeah, this is the lobby. Lobby. Yeah, are you going to the lobby bar too? Here I am, a middle-aged married guy on a business trip, and the elevator is hitting on me. And I kind of liked it, actually. I missed my dinner meeting, spent the rest of the night in the elevator. Going up, coming down. Lobby. Up, down, lobby. Up, down, lobby. I said I was married, not dead. So it takes a little bit of work to stay in shape to keep this going at my age. You know, it's hard. Thank you. Cycling is my thing. I try to cycle year round, which is tough in New England, you know. Last week I fell off my bike, but I'm okay. My spinning instructor had a first aid kit, so that was fine. It's hard when you get old though, because I've got older. I'm watching it happen to my dad, and he's 82, and my father-in-law is 89, and my aunt is 94. Honestly, they're just falling apart because this was not designed to last for 9 decades, okay? I think if you pray to God for a transplant patient, God's going, you replaced the heart? What the hell were you thinking? I can't warranty third-party equipment. It's not gonna happen. So I've got a pretty big family, some of them here tonight. My son, who's laughing in the front row constantly. He thinks the whole idea of me doing stand-up is funny, just full stop. But relationships and families can be hard, you know. I've got a big family in my original family, 6 of us. I love them all, they're great. But my sister, when she calls and says, can we talk? She means, can I talk? I mean, I'm afraid to answer the phone because she's gonna call and I don't know how long it's gonna take. And I know I'm not gonna say anything. So I start lining up stuff to do when she calls. I'm like, I could fold my laundry, I could floss my teeth, I could refinance my mortgage. You know, other members of my family are just weird. My sister-in-law called the other day and says, I'm gonna renew my wedding vows for the 2nd time. She treats her marriage like a library book she can't finish. I think she thinks if she keeps renewing her wedding vows, her marriage will last longer, like when you change oil in your car. So, it's a bitch. Where else was I going with this? Oh yeah, the whole wedding vow renewal thing, it's a little strange. It's like I already agreed to get married. Okay, I more than agreed, I vowed. That's the maximum strength Tylenol of agreement. And the dosage lasts till death do us part. But people do it. If you take out a 30-year mortgage, the bank doesn't call you up in 20 years and ask you to renew your vows. We're done. Speaking of family, I remember when I was a kid, my mom had this Pyrex measuring cup in her kitchen, you know, with the red writing on it. You know this thing? Everybody's got one of these, right? I was putting ours away the other day, and I noticed on the bottom, it says, patent pending. I'm like, pending? What the hell are they doing down there at the Patent and Trademark Office? Pyrex was invented in 1915. It takes the government longer to finish than I do. God. So I travel a lot for business, and when I have these overnight flights, they let me fly first class, which is nice, but they give out these pajamas in first class. I don't know if you know this. And I just feel a little weird putting pajamas on in public. By the time we all get changed, the plane looks like it's been chartered by the cast of Grey's Anatomy. But I think they want us to wear the pajamas so if somebody wanders back into coach, the other passengers will know who to sneer at. When you reach your 50s, they make you listen to NPR, just so you know. There's a story on about a Taco Bell employee who wouldn't serve a customer because the customer couldn't order in Spanish. It's a true story. I thought, that could get a little scary. I mean, what if that becomes the law? You gotta order your food using the language of the country where the food comes from. I mean, shit. Eventually, all the immigrant food servers will have all the good food, and all the white people will be eating hot dogs and Jell-O until we learn to speak Spanish or Chinese. But I don't think Trump would sign something like that, because then to order food from McDonald's, he'd have to speak English. Another story I heard on NPR is that another true story. This couple goes down to get their marriage license at Boston City Hall, and they deny him the marriage license. The clerk says, sorry, we can't accept international driver's licenses. The groom was from New Mexico. So he asked for the manager. Manager comes in. No, sorry, no good. I said, Google it, he tells them. So they Google it. Now I'm just impressed with the groom in this story, honestly, because a lot of guys, like all the guys in here, would have taken the easy way out. Hey, listen, honey, I'm sorry, I tried. Let's just live together until New Mexico gets statehood, okay? So I had some friends of mine over from high school that to visit a couple months ago. They'd never been to a house. So what's the first thing you do when somebody comes to your house, right? You give them a tour. This is my house. It always feels awkward to me, like I live in a fucking museum or something. This is my house, and I am an adult homeowner. This is the home that I own, which is a lie. The bank owns my home. Some bank or some financial institution somewhere. Actually, I don't think I know who owns my home. But they seem nice, you know? I give them $1,000 or so, a couple thousand, $3,000, $4,000, whatever it is, a month. They leave me alone. Mortgage payments are like protection money, you know? You give them the money, they let you live in your home. Mortgage comes from the Latin for dead, which is so I don't forget to pay the mortgage or I'm a dead man. Unless I refinance, which I do every time my sister calls. So I can keep paying protection money till death do us part. Thanks a lot.